Very interesting question. What's very, very important is to leverage analytics in order to foster a thriving game ecosystem. That's really the first and foremost, the most important goal. In order to do this, there's different ways. So any gaming company is structured in the studios, the people creating the games, and the publishers, the people marketing it. And so in terms of game as a service, there's two main goals, two North Stars, which is engagement and monetization. That being said, when it comes to data, there's a lot of things that we can do. In terms of, and that actually displays also a bit of my day to day. First one is reporting, making sure that we know what's happening in the game, in the key KPIs and metrics in both engagement and monetization. The second one is actually very important in terms of long-lasting future of the game is A/B testing. So keep iterating, keep testing, keep seeing what works, what doesn't, and making sure that we keep on improving the ecosystem and the experience for the players. Then that's what I call like the project base. So it's like it might be a bit of a bigger version of work based on something specific that's been seen in the data. We see that some players in some markets react differently, trying to dig a bit deeper into it and trying to understand what might lead that. And finally, is what I call ad hoc. So lots of people have lots of questions about the game internally and making sure that to support these informations to make better decisions. I'd love to be able to ensure that a game is successful and reach the market. I think there's no such thing as certainty in this world. A lot of unpredictability, and it's very hard. I'm not going to lie. But the key thing is really to align with the market expectations. Obviously, knowing these market expectations is not always that easy. There are things that we can do and measure, doing research, insight surveys, a long time before the game launch, making sure we understand what's happening in the market to all the games out there like understanding what could be the USP, so unique selling proposition or unique selling point for the game. And then a lot of it happens also post launch and at launch, which is like when it comes to marketing, what do you do in terms of promotion? Where do you market your game, under what channels? And you have to do that very knowingly of your audience. If you market a big AAA launch game or more niche, card games, you might not exactly go for the same audiences and the same marketing strategies. And same goes into understanding the price points and the place of where you want to sell your game and the product and how it's going to be sold. These are all the things you have to take into account in terms of market expectations. The most important thing, in my view, is really about having a continuous process of improving both the player engagement and the monetization for the game. And one might think that once you understand the players, this is done, then you can focus on something else. Unfortunately, this is a never ending process. Player behaviors can change, a lot of things can change. A competitor might enter the market and change how people interact with your product. COVID might happen, and then the whole behavior changes as well. And then the end of COVID happens and less confinement, and you have to readapt and re-understand the player base. So it's really a never ending process. It's about how do you adapt and how do you make sure to keep getting to the bottom of it. Absolutely. I think what's important is really about the rhythm of the game, understanding what are the different content update, the cadence that you want to put into the game, but that also the players are willing to be able to have. If you go too fast, people may be frustrated because they don't have enough time to go through the content. If it's too long, they may be frustrated because they already finished it and they're waiting at the end, and engagement might drop. So it's about both what you want and what the players want and trying to find what was the best mix. In terms of example, we've had a very successful win-back campaign that we ran for Hearthstone, which is one of our card game. And what we did where, not just me, but like it's a team effort, is we realized this was a big pain point in terms of player base when it comes to coming back to the game after a long period of inactivity, because you have different releases, different expansion packs, and then cards might get outdated. So if you come back after 1 year, 2 years, 3 years of inactivity, your card pack may not be competitive anymore, and you might be frustrated that it's going to take you a long time to get up to par to people that didn't stop. And so we analyzed a lot of data. We did a lot of A/B testing, and we came up with a way to gift players different types of card packs in order to bring them back up to speed. And that's been extremely successful. And we've been running this for a couple of years now. And the players seems to be very happy with it, and we're very happy to see them coming back into the game. I'm very excited about learning how people think about live ops and live game, especially when it comes to business models. I do believe that there are lots of different ways to make it work. Some games still have like a box model, let's put it that way. Some games go free to play, some games go a bit more hybrid. And I'm very keen to see what are the innovations coming into this system and what are people thinking about the industry.